Okay, so communication as a whole plays a very, very important and significant role in terms of, pitching ideas, team collaboration, networking, customer engagement, negotiation and sales, brand building, crisis management. Now we will be reading this in detail. Okay, is that clear to everyone up till now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
just in case you guys have any doubt, please, raise your hands or let me know that, you are going to, you have a doubt or something so that it can be clear at that very right moment. Okay?
Sure, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So when it comes to the talking about the communication fundamentals, which play a very, very crucial role, okay? So and when it comes to entrepreneurship, communication in entrepreneurship, how it is a key factor or how it plays as a fundamental role in entrepreneurship, that we are going to study. Okay, now कम्युनिकेशन जैसे कि आप कोई एक एग्जिस्टिंग ब्रांड ले लो फॉर एग्जांपल, ठीक है ना? एवरी ब्रांड्स हैज देयर ओन वे ऑफ कम्युनिकेटिंग थिंग्स टू यू. ओके, पतंजलि का अपना एक स्टाइल है ब्रांड प्रोडक्ट को बेचने के लिए. ही सेज दैट इट इज ऑर्गेनिक एंड ये वो. So in that way it sells. So the brand identity or imagery that he has created is, we call it as organic. For example, if we consider Lakme, okay, so it's a cosmetic brand but a value segment brand. So the brand communicates the brand values, ethos, ethics according to the brand positioning. Okay, how it has positioned itself in the market. So likewise, now when it comes to in terms of entrepreneurship, okay, it is very, very important to understand that an entrepreneur has to be a jack of all trades. Only then he can be able to manage the business. Okay, so जब आप खुद का बिजनेस स्टार्ट करते हो या फिर आप जब खुद का कुछ करने का सोचते हो, राइट, you need to know that how far your idea is feasible. Okay, you need to know how practical, how workable your idea is. You have to understand the consequences associated with it, the pros associated with it, what how it is going to, all wh questions associated with it. So when you are starting up a brand, you need to know that where do I stand, where would my brand stand, what I'm going to offer, to whom I'm going to offer, right? What would be the price point be like? Okay, what would be my brand imagery? What kind of brand communication am I going to do, right? So all of this classic fundamentals, you know, play a major role in shaping your business. Okay, in shaping your business. So the first thing is, when you plan to become an entrepreneur or you want to start your own label or any business, okay, you have to pitch ideas. Okay, you have to pitch ideas to whom? To the investors. Okay, to the stakeholders to get a secure funding. Okay, so mm, to pitch your idea, you have to be very, 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 very clear on what you are expecting them to do and what are your ideas. Okay, whenever we pitch an idea, it is very, very important and crucial to understand that whom are we talking to and for what sake are we talking to, right? Whenever you cannot go to a designer and talk about financial aspects of the business, right? You will have to talk about design, you have to talk about the principles, you have to talk about the ethos, ethics, you have to talk about the design language associated with your brand, right? When you are going, so vice versa. So the idea is very clear. When you are pitching someone, okay, with your idea, you need to effectively communicate your business or their business ideas to potential investors, partners, or stakeholders for secure funding, support, and collaboration. Okay, so there are a lot of people who do the freelancing thing as well. Okay, So they will be working in collaboration with you. So you need to effectively communicate your thoughts, your ideas, your um, the areas that you're seeking help for, right? You have to pitch it accordingly, right? The compelling pitch requires clear articulation of the business concept, its value proposition, and its potential for business. Okay, only when an investor feels like कि, okay, this is something which is really going to be a huge big thing in the market, then only someone will feel or get the push to invest in your business, right? Until and unless you are not that compelling enough, okay, you are not pushing it hard. So why would the other person care? Because it's your business, right? At the end of the day, when you are seeking out for any business proposition, or when you're seeking out for any financial aid or help, so you have to be very eager and powerful in your communication so that people can get convinced. Okay, you have to convince people, you have to mold people in certain ways so that they feel like they should invest in that business. Okay, so that's the power of communication. Okay, आज के डेट में हम जो कुछ भी करें, आज के डेट में जितना भी डेवलपमेंट हो रहा है, पहले तो आइडिया आता है, फिर सोचते हैं, फिर उसको पिच किया जाता है ना, whether that plan is workable or not, then people take a note of it, right? So accordingly, so in any businesses, we need to understand that. Okay, so we need to have a very compelling pitch. Second is team collaboration. Okay, okay. Second is team collaboration. So what is team collaboration? Now, in maybe, okay, for example, in a design studio or a design house, or a fashion house. Okay, now it is not necessary that कि सिर्फ designers होंगे तो काम हो जाएगा, right? You need to have a set of people with diverse skill sets. Okay, now कोई you need a financial advisor, you need a supply chain manager, you would need a master G for pattern cutting and everything, you would need a designer to work for. Okay, you would need a graphic person to work with you. Okay, designers can also do the graphics, right? But you need to understand the intricacies of it. In your organization, it's not only about the thing, that product that you're talking about. There are n number of things which which actually helps you to support you to work for the better good, right? So is a collaboration is a thing wherein a lot of people come together. Okay, they facilitate the existing process. Okay, through and that's how the works get done. So entrepreneurs often work with teams comprising diverse skills and backgrounds. Okay, so diverse background से भी जब लोग आते हैं, so your brainstorming भी बहुत अच्छे से होता है। इट्स नॉट ओनली क्योंकि हम जिस तरीके से बड़े हुए हैं, वी हैव द टेंडेंसी टू see things in a certain way. But when we talk to other person, we also get different perspectives to to the thing, right? So collaboration may it helps you to open up. It helps you to facilitate the process more effectively because you have n number of opinions and suggestions, and that's how you bring a better thing into the table, right? So effective communication fosters collaboration, facilitates brainstorming sessions, and ensures that everyone is aligned to the company's goals and objective. Now when people are working in teams, so they know what is the aim and objective of the brand is, or the company is. So keeping that in mind, now everyone will be contributing in a certain way, right? Because they cannot move out, or they cannot change the goal or the objective of the brand. So they have to align with they have to, whatever decision they will be taking, or whatever you know um, idea they are going to pitch. So it has to be well thought out, well laid out, right? So that it matches, it aligns with the company's goals and objectives. Okay, third is your networking. Okay. So networking is like building a strong network is essential for entrepreneurs to access resources, opportunities, and mentorship. Effective communication skills enable entrepreneurs to connect with industry peers, mentors, and potential customers or clients. Okay, leading to valuable relationships and partnerships. Okay, now when you're doing a business, okay, you need to have people, you have to surround yourself with good people to have access with resources, opportunities, and mentorship. You never know who is going to come in your rescue, right? So नेटवर्किंग enables you to अब जब दूसरे लोगों से बात करते हो, कोई अच्छा पोजीशन में है, कोई अच्छी जगह पे है, एंड यू आर आल्सो ग्रोइंग एज एन इंडिविजुअल और योर ब्रांड इज ग्रोइंग, so networking helps you to foster the process. Okay, it helps you to get different perspectives. It helps you to connect with the upcoming thing. Okay, with the industry, when you talk with the industry peers, mentors, so you get to know, okay, this is something, okay, we need to work on, right? So it unfolds different dimensions. It unfolds different dimensions of work which you might not you which you may have never thought of, right? So in networking, it plays a very, very important role in safeguarding your business as well. Okay, up till now this is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, okay. Now coming to customer, so the this the presentation is visible, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now coming to customer engagement. Okay, the communication plays a very, very crucial role in understanding customer needs. Now you know that कि जब हम किसी ब्रांड की बात करते हैं या फिर कोई ब्रांड के बारे में with appreciate a brand, so we know कि somewhere down the line you are influenced by that brand. Okay, और किस हिसाब से इन्फ्लुएंस होते हैं हम कि हम उनके कि उनका प्रोडक्ट जो है हमको बहुत अच्छा लगता है, राइट? हमें उनका सर्विसेज बहुत अच्छा लगता है, विच इज व्हाई वी आर इंक्लाइंड. So somewhere or the other we are influenced, which is why we are engaging ourselves with that brand or associating ourselves with that brand. It's because the brands also have done the thorough research of who would be their potential customers, and they understand the consumer needs, preferences, and feedback. Okay, they appreciate the feedback, critical feedback, they take a note of it. Okay, they understand the need of the hour. Okay, and what is the preferences that people need or require in the upcoming years. So they adhere to customer need and preferences. They understand and follow that and bring that out from their brand to satisfy the customer at the because at the end of the day, customer is the king. They are the one who is going to pay you that price, right? So when they are paying the price, so it has to be like कि जो पैसा दे रहा है उसको उसके मुताबिक ही चीजें मिलनी चाहिए, राइट? अब हमें अगर अपने हिसाब से नहीं मिलती हैं चीजें, वी गेट इरिटेटेड, वी गेट फ्रस्ट्रेटेड, एंड वी डोंट encourage those kind of activities, right? So customer engagement is very important for brand because उसी से ही brand loyalty बनती है. Okay, you become loyal towards a brand. Entrepreneurs must engage with customers through various channels. Okay, different channels such as social media, surveys, direct interactions, and gather insights and refine their products or services accordingly. Now, like I said, कि आपको पता है कि मैं इस तरीके से प्रोडक्ट डिलीवर करता हूँ या ये है वो है. Who knows? ठीक है, आप जब इंटरेक्ट कर रहे हो, who knows? Someone might give you a brilliant idea and you take a note of it and you work on it. So interaction with customer is also very important because you never know how you need to understand how are your customer feeling. about the product that you have launched or the product that got delivered at their doorstep. So it's very important to understand that as well. Only then only we can understand where we need to improve and in what way, right? Negotiation and sales. Entrepreneurs often negotiate with dealers, suppliers, distributors, and clients. Effective communication skills are essential for presenting offers persuasively, resolving conflicts, reaching mutually beneficial agreements. Okay, now you know कि एक जो entrepreneur है वो खुद से जो produce करके खुद से सब कुछ नहीं करता. He is dependent on n number of people. Now टू एंगेज विद देम कभी कभी ऐसा भी होगा कि वो लोग अब उनके हिसाब से काम नहीं करेंगे, आपके हिसाब से काम नहीं करेंगे. सो इन दैट केस व्हाट यू नीड टू डू इज यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट एंड उसको किस तरीके से मिटिगेट किया जा सकता है वो भी आपको देखना पड़ेगा. जैसे कि कोई अगर रेंट का फेयर बहुत ज़्यादा मांग रहा है, आपको उसके साथ नेगोशिएट करना पड़ेगा. एंड किस तरीके से सो एज एन एंटरप्रेन्योर यू नीड टू हैव वंडरफुल नेगोशिएशन स्किल्स एज वेल. ओके, यू हैव टू नेगोशिएट बिकॉज कोई कुछ भी प्राइस मांगेगा तो फिर तो वो आप ही प्राइस दोगे ना, तो प्रॉफिट फिर आपके पॉकेट से ही ज़्यादा जाएगा. So you have to understand that and accordingly work around it, right? Crisis management. What is crisis management? Inevitably, entrepreneurs face challenges and setbacks along the way. Effective communication is crucial for managing crisis, addressing issues transparently, sorry, and maintaining trust and credibility with the stakeholders. Okay, so कई कल को कुछ ऊंच नीच हो गया या फिर your company got bankrupted, right? And if such kind of problem persists, okay, what would be your take on it? Now, how would you try to, resolve this kind of issues? That is very important, right? So, उस केस में आपको किस तरीके से किससे बात करनी है और क्या बात करनी है एंड हाउ दैट कैन बी रिजॉल्व प्लीज इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, राइट? आपने किसी ब्रांड के लिए काम करके अपने ब्रांड के लिए इतना मेहनत किया है और ब्रांड किसी वजह से वो बैंक्रप्सी में चला गया या फिर कुछ इश्यूज हुए वैसे, तो फिर इन दैट केस यू नीड टू understand कि okay what could be the best way to come out of that situation. Okay, and how do we need to communicate and whom do we need to communicate, maybe a lawyer or financial advisor or a consultant, so how they are going to help you out through that situation. So that is very important to understand and work accordingly, right? So is it clear to everyone up till now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubts you have?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Now, when we talk about entrepreneurship, okay, or business communication, okay, we need to have certain kind of social skills. Okay, what are the different kinds of social skills? The different kind of social skills that plays a crucial role in building relationship, collaborating effectively, and achieving success. Some key sets of social skills in this business communications are, which includes, so आप जब एक entrepreneur बनने का ठानते हो या फिर when you think of becoming an entrepreneur or pursue career as an entrepreneur and you work for your own brand or own label, so you need to have this kind of skills, the skill sets. Okay, so what are those? Interpersonal skills, networking skills, negotiation skills, presentation skills, leadership skills, emotional intelligence, cross-cultural communication skills. Okay, so these are certain skills which you need to have or need to possess, right? So what are interpersonal skills? So the skills involve the ability to interact and communicate effectively with others on a one-to-one basis, okay, which includes active listening, empathy, rapport building, and conflict resolution. Okay, now there would be a lot of cases आपके ऑफिस में जहाँ पे कि एम्पैथी की जरूरत होगी, ठीक है, कॉन्फ्लिक्ट होगा, उसको रिजोल्यूट करना है. So You need to set that tonality in your office so that people can, you are approachable to people. Okay. They feel that someone is listening to us. It's not that we are going unheard, right? So those skills plays a very, very important role in breaking or building in the relationships that you have with your colleagues or employees, right? So you need to have a very strong interpersonal skill, right? Coming to networking skills, like we talked, right? To maintain professional relationships, okay, and establishing them, you need to initiate yourself with, you need to have the ability to initiate conversation, introduce oneself confidently, and cultivate connections with industry peers, mentors, and potential clients or customers. Okay, so when you are running a business, networking से बहुत सारे business होते हैं, right? You never know who will come at your help or you will become the help. Okay, so networking में क्या होता है कि when, okay, so just a second, huh? Okay, so yeah, coming to the networking skills. Yeah, coming to networking skills. So when you are talking with industry peers and everyone, like I just explained to you just 5-10 minutes back, okay, uh, you need to have that ability to initiate conversation. Okay, when you're confident enough, when you have the, proper vocabulary to speak up, okay, for yourself. So you have to introduce yourself very, very confidently to people. You need to shake hands. That shows how confident you are. Okay, cultivate connections with industry peers, mentors, or friends who are working in industry. Okay, it could be a peer group. Okay, and mentors who can help you and can guide you for a better business, right? Negotiation skills, obviously, because आपके साथ बहुत सारे business dealings होंगे, okay? तो उस हिसाब से you have to include the ability to articulate one's needs and interests and listen to the other party perspective, find a common ground to resolve differences. नेगोशिएशन स्किल्स में क्या है कि देखो सामने वाला भी अपना प्रॉफिट चाहता है, तुम लोग भी अपना प्रॉफिट चाहोगे, राइट? सो व्हेन यू हैव टू फाइंड आउट अ म्यूचुअल ग्राउंड वेयर इट्स अ विन विन सिचुएशन फॉर बोथ, राइट? आपको भी प्रॉफिट मिल रहा है, उनको भी काम काम मिल रहा है, तो यू हैव टू डिसाइड, राइट? यू नीड टू हैव दैट स्किल इन योरसेल्फ. You have to fetch out a common ground, okay, where you can resolve the differences. Okay, now, coming to presentation skills, okay, presentation skills involve the ability to deliver information effectively to an audience. Okay, how well presentable you are. Okay, in terms of clothing, also, how well presentable you are, and how well you present. Okay, in terms of delivering of information. Okay, effectively. How effectively you deliver the message or information that has been given to you. Okay, this includes structuring content logically, okay, engaging the audience with compelling storytelling and visual aids and body language to enhance communication. Okay, so okay, so just a second. Yes, yes. Okay. So, a presentation skills involve the ability to deliver information effectively. This includes structuring the content logically, engaging the audience with compelling storytelling, and visual aids and body language to enhance communication. Okay. Okay. So, you have to structure the content that you are delivering. Okay. And it has to make sense, right? You have to engage with the audience with storytelling. Storytelling, as in, you have to engage with the audience with compelling storytelling and visual aids and body language to enhance communication. As in, you have to give them a base. They have, when they understand you, okay, when they try to figure out that कि ये brand क्या है क्या नहीं है, you have to come up with a storytelling thing. It has to look like a story, that how have you grown, how have you thought. जैसे आज के डेट में हम किसी की बायोग्राफी पढ़ते हैं या किसी के बारे में जानने की कोशिश करते हैं, so it's in form of a storytelling, right? It tells you a story ki this boy belonged to this place and this is how it started. He was stuck with that idea, he was very sincere, very diligent. So likewise we create a story, right? And proper उसके imagery होते हैं, photo shoots होते हैं, right? And that's how you present a story behind the brand. Okay, how did Apple started, right? And how did Adidas started? So it has a story behind. Every brand has a story behind, right? And when you're presenting that, you need to have proper body language to enhance communication as well. Okay, so now coming to leadership skills. Okay, leadership skills are crucial for guiding teams, inspiring confidence, and driving organizational success. This includes the ability to communicate vision and goals clearly, delegate tasks effectively, and provide constructive feedback and motivation to team members. Okay, so leadership skill, you have to take the lead in everything because you are the front runner of that business. Okay, you have to take the active, you have to have the active participation in guiding them. Okay, inspiring them. Okay, building confidence in them. Okay, which will eventually lead to a greater success, a driving organizational success. So you have to have you have to play a significant role in developing that business through your people. Okay, so it includes the ability to communicate vision and goals clearly, delegate the task effectively, and provide constructive feedback and motivation to the team members. Right? I hope that is clear to you, everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. अभी तक कोई डाउट नहीं है आप लोगों को?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now coming to emotional intelligence. Now, emotional intelligence refers to the ability to understand and manage one's own emotion as well as perceive and respond to the emotions of others. This includes self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, and social skills, which are important for building strong relationship and resolving conflicts. Now, you must have seen, if you might have heard also that there are a lot of brands जिसको छोड़ के लोग कभी कंपनी चेंज ही नहीं करते. क्यों नहीं करते? Have you ever thought that why do companies, they do not change their companies? They stay there for a very long period of time. Why does that happen? Because the leader there, okay, would be highly, equipped, or maybe he has the ability to understand other people emotions, right? When you feel secure, when you have build that empathy, okay, when you have when you have built that strong relationships, okay, in your workplace with your workforce, so it helps your workplace look better, seem better. When you feel that you're understood, when you feel that you're heard, you develop a different kind of bond with that space. Okay, so your leader or your manager or your owner or the founder has to have that kind of emotional intelligence. Okay, for example, you have to go to somewhere, you have a very serious issue which has come up lately and you have to go. So in that case, अगर manager बोलेगा कि नहीं मैं छुट्टी नहीं दूंगा, it's your problem, you deal with it. So how would you feel? You will feel कि I have been working with this company for such a long period of time, but what is the use of what is the use of being there? So but So you have to understand, right? You have to understand that what is it and how, they are working on it. Okay. And accordingly, you also have to be very very aware of with whom are you working. There are a lot of workers जो कि आपकी बातों को नहीं समझेंगे बट आपको काम करवाना भी है. So you have to be really really tactful, you have to be really really skillful in engaging with them. Okay, you might not give a full day chutti, but you have to tell them ki, okay, you come and work for the half of the day and you take chutti. So in that way they might get convinced. So you have to find out, you have to play with different kind of permutation combinations to make get your work done and without hurting them, so that they feel that they are family. मैंने ऐसे भी situations देखे हैं अपनी life में where workers have worked till night 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock when there is a need. It's because of the fact that they themselves dedicate to the company because they feel that they're secure. They will be earning more and more if they stay in the company. Okay, they have a very secure future. So when the company becomes reliable to them, so then they start, building that loyalty towards that company. Okay, now, coming to cross cultural communication skills. In today's globalized business environment, cross cultural communication skills are essential for interacting and embracing the individuals from diverse cultural backgrounds. Okay, so and this also includes the sensitivity to cultural differences and adapting communication styles accordingly and fostering inclusivity and mutual respect. You need to respect each other. You know that you're coming from diverse background. You cannot say one job will, suffice everything. No, everyone from different background will have to contribute to make it working. Okay, so you need to appreciate this kind of skills. Okay, you need to appreciate what kind of you know mm, work they are doing. You need to appreciate the cross cultural differences. Okay, and then only you adapt to that style, and then you work better, right? So when you hone these different kind of social skills, professionals can enhance the effectiveness in business communication, bring stronger relationships, and achieve their goals more successfully in the workspace. Right? Now we will be coming to fashion communication. Okay. But before that, I want you guys to read about visual merchandising. Okay. So I'm giving you 15-20 minutes time to understand the different kind of visual communication that is done in the fashion industry. Okay, different kind of visual communication. Okay, visual merchandising, you can say, visual communication, you can say, right? So please go and just study about the different kind of visual mediums that fashion industry plays with in terms of building their brand identity and creating brand loyalty. Is that clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you guys can study, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm giving you 15 minutes. Take a brand and study the visual communication strategies. Okay, take any brand. Okay, कोई Gucci ले लो, Versace ले लो, any brand you take. Okay, a very known brand, obviously, Adidas, Puma, कुछ भी, ठीक है, and study the different kind of visual communication or visual merchandising practices or strategies that they put in. Okay, I'll come and I'll ask. Okay, so everyone, Neha, Amit, Sangeeta, Sarmishta, Tanu, everyone. I request everyone to study that. I'm giving you 20 minutes and please study and make a note of it and I'll come and ask one by one. Okay?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, okay, okay.
Involve your microphone is on.
Hello?
Hello, am I audible?
Bobby,
Yes, ma'am.
your microphone is on.
Yes, sir. So, am I audible to everyone?
Yeah, audible.
Okay. So, let's start with the class then. I request everyone to please join the class. Okay. Now, coming to so as discussed, okay, as discussed, I gave you an assignment. So, Sarmishta, if you could just tell me, like, what brand have you taken and what did you understand the visual merchandising strategies that they incorporate?
I took Nike for the
Sharmishta, could you be a little louder?
Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yeah, it's audible. Yeah.
Ma'am, I took Nike for the assignment.
Okay.
Yes,
And
ma'am. A little
okay.
research I did about what is visual merchandising. So it is basically the way you design and display your
The
store,
space. Yes,
the
the
space,
space and yeah.
to engage customers with your
Yes.
products and whatever you are trying to convey through the display of your products. You want to tell them what are the highlights of your product, the features, and the usage of it.
It basically works on the visual imagery of the brand, like how
Yes,
is the brand, how the brand looks and what kind of product does it has, and what kind of a brand aesthetic does it follow, okay, what kind of imagery does it has, right?
yes, ma'am.
It helps you to basically understand the brand identity, where it stands.
Yes, ma'am. So in Nike's case, the most highlighted product of theirs is their sneakers and the shoes that they sell.
Yes.
So they have done social media campaigning and collaborations with the highly renowned these sports stars like Michael Jordan. The shoes are a hit in the market till today because
Yeah.
they have done it through and I've visited a Nike store and they have displayed their sneakers like a wall of pride, such like that. And
Mm. Mm.
everyone I know in my relation, every guy has to have a wall like that in their home or in their
Mm.
room because it's such a thing with them. It's such a visual pleasure to them that yeah, I want to have a Nike wall with me.
Mm. Right. And apart from that, what kind of color aesthetic that it has?
Color aesthetics, they use all colors, like they arrange their shoes in such a color scheme as well, that they arrange reds at one place, yellows at one place, beige aesthetics at one place, and they use a lot of negative space. The white is quite there to enhance the colors of the shoes and the other products as well. And they use mannequins in their stores as well, displaying the gym athletics wear, active wear basically. That how you can style them in your gym or something like that if you're going to a gym.
Yeah. So the category is divided, but you know that Nike is a brand who excels in terms of footwear, right? Active sportswear brand. It's an active sportswear brand who, especially the core product is shoes, right?
Um,
Yeah. So accordingly, the visual communication around Nike is like that. You would see a lot of sturdiness. You would see products which is, give that impression, which is, a little sturdy, which is a little rigid, which is, classy, at the same time very sporty and funky. So the visual language of that brand is, just like that. Okay. So when it comes to visual merchandising, it's basically the display of products that the brand focuses on, and in a certain way, so that people understand just by visually looking at it. Just by looking at it, they understand that how the product is placed in the market. Okay, how what kind of product do the brand has. Okay, if I talk about lifestyle, you cannot really segregate कि okay lifestyle में क्या मिलता है, कपड़े मिलते हैं. But if I talk about Nike, you know that कि Nike में कपड़े तो मिलते हैं, but the predominant product category is shoes, right? Are shoes. So likewise, when it comes to Adidas, it is predominantly shoes than apparels. But Adidas now has captured more market in apparels as well, right? So likewise, the brand builds their own identity through visual communication. Now, fashion communication is a edge. Okay, it's a most cutting edge thing which has increasing and which is rapidly growing. Okay, in terms of understanding the industry, or it now fashion communication is everywhere. It's just a pathway to the lifestyle industry or the fashion industry. Without fashion communication, you cannot really change, or you cannot really change the aesthetics, or cannot really communicate with the people or the mass, right? So fashion communication enables you, it gives you an identity. Okay, it enables you to sell your product in a much more better way, to drive sales. Okay, to standardize your product, to to speak about the brand that you are associated with, to speak about it tells you the story behind the brand, and that's how you develop a certain kind of loyalty towards the brand, right?
Yes.
So the yeah. So the significance. So if I talk about the significance of brand identity in fashion communication, is just it has come to be seen at par with what brand sells. Okay, identity उसी जैसे कि आज मैं अगर बोलूँ मेरी आइडेंटिटी क्या है, मैं जो काम करती हूँ उसी से मेरी आइडेंटिटी बनती है, अपार्ट फ्रॉम माय कोर वैल्यूज। मेरा कोर वैल्यूज जो है वो तो है, वो जब मैं इन डेप्थ रिसर्च करूंगी या फिर कोई इन डेप्थ रिसर्च करेगा मेरे बारे में, तो देन दे विल गेट टू नो कि ओके दिस काइंड ऑफ अ ह्यूमन शी इज, राइट? So but when we talk about a specific brand, okay, it sells through their product, and product से ही वो इंसान को जाना जाता है। जैसे कि मैं आज प्रोफेसर हूँ, राइट? आई एम अ प्रोफेसर, एंड एट द सेम टाइम यू नो मी एज एन academician, because that is what I'm selling. I'm selling you, you know, knowledge, whatever I have, right? So you would know me as a faculty rather than knowing me personally. You as a but professionally, I have set my stage as I am an academician. So likewise, everyone has their own identity. People get to know their identity when they are seen with what they sell. Okay. So likewise, so numerous breadth and luxury brands keep appearing in the Indian retail scenario. It has become essential for each one of them to develop a unique brand identity for maximum impact and visibility. Fashion communication has made it feasible for these brands to communicate their products, identity, and strategy by providing a platform for these very brands. Okay. When we talk about n number of brands, अगर मान लो नाइकी में लोगो नहीं होता, एडिडास में लोगो नहीं होता, how would you have differentiated the product? It would be very difficult, right? So the logo, the brand imagery with which the brand has developed over a period of time, has posed has impacted the overall visibility. आज के डेट में हम नाइकी को जानते हैं, एडिडास को जानते हैं, किस वजह से जानते हैं? क्योंकि उनकी विजिबिलिटी इतनी स्ट्रांग रही है। नाइकी का अभी वो माइकल जॉर्डन के साथ वो कोलैबोरेशन में वो डिजाइन निकाला, गुची के साथ उसने डिजाइन निकाला एडिडास ने, ठीक है? बट because those two are very strong partners, strong contenders, and when they collaborate, okay, people get to, जो माइकल जॉर्डन के फैंस होंगे और जो नाइकी के फैंस होंगे, they togetherly they will celebrate the collaboration. The brand will become much more visible, right, in terms of developing the brand identity. So so this is why the collaboration is done. So a fashion communication is a strategy, you can say, through which the brand builds its imagery. Okay, through which the brand builds its imagery. Now coming to fashion communication. Now, what all do they communicate? Okay, so what all do they communicate? Now, before going to what fashion communication talks about, or what brand identity does it has? Now, we will be covering visual communication, brand identity, public relations, marketing and advertising, okay, retail communication, trend forecasting, sustainability and ethical communication. So इन सब चीज़ों के लिए मैं आपको एक एक ब्रांड वीडियोस दिखाऊंगी, तो उससे आपकी पूरी क्लैरिटी आपको मिलेगी कि एक ब्रांड कैसे काम करता है। ठीक है, एक रिटेल ब्रांड कैसे काम करता है, एक डिजाइनर कैसे काम करता है, अपना कलेक्शन जब लॉन्च करता है तो विजुअली इतना पावरफुल क्यों होता है वो, विजुअल कम्युनिकेशन के एलिमेंट्स उसमें क्या-क्या है, जैसे कि फ़ोटोग्राफ़ी के बारे में आप देखोगे, ग्राफ़िक्स देखोगे, उसकी वीडियोग्राफ़ी की क्वालिटी देखोगे, ठीक है? सो फैशन कम्युनिकेशन में फ़ोटोग्राफ़ी, ग्राफ़िक्स, वीडियोग्राफ़ी प्लेज़ अ वेरी, वेरी इम्पोर्टेंट रोल, ठीक है? उससे वो एडवर्टाइज़िंग कैम्पेन्स बनाते हैं, सोशल मीडिया का कंटेंट क्रिएट करते हैं, लुक बुक बनाते हैं, कैलेंडर्स बनाते हैं, एडिटोरियल्स बनाते हैं। So these things plays a very, very significant role. Now I'll show you one of my students' work who has worked on a brand called Masaba. Okay, so I will share the screen. Just a second. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is a project, okay, which one of my students had done. Okay, it's a fashion styling project. They were asked to do some editorial photo shoots. Okay, so they had to do a brand study, understand the brand identity, understand the brand language, design language, aesthetics, and everything. And accordingly, they were supposed to do a fashion styling. Okay, so I will take you through that how they have done it and how have they understood the Masaba's idea of fashion and how they have put forth their work. Okay, so you can see Masaba ka, this is the logo, and Masaba is a designer who pioneers in prints. Okay, who has very who works on very contemporary form of prints. Okay, and it's very quirky, very not something which is very you know very pop, something which is very, very pop. It's not something which is very, very traditional, or something which is very, very um, rooted to the culture, not very Indian, but she infuses, she works on the contemporary designs. Okay, where she has infused Indian fashion at the same time, Indian traditional practices, and at the same time contemporary fashion. Okay, so Masaba, so this is the brand research that they have done, and she's also known as the Queen of Prints because she has mastered herself. She's a noble in terms of prints. She develops beautiful prints. She always gives her prints a very, very whimsical twist. Okay, all of her illustration, all of her prints that you see here, would see that it is very contemporary, western, funky illustrations, floral के साथ stripes को mix करना, okay? Very, very, you would see that body type को भी वो, she's embracing कि, वो जो stereotype था कि सिर्फ पतले पतले लोग models बनेंगे, so she's breaking that stereotype. Okay, so she has moved beyond the cultural aesthetics, but it's a beautiful blend, it's a beautiful amalgamation of modern contemporary fashion with the traditional elements. Okay, you will see the graphics. Okay, this is a bullock. Okay, this is the cow, or an ox, but see the way the contemporary work has been done. So how has the brand established? So talking about the brand identity, Masaba follows a vibrant and pop-up color palette. Okay, that's how the color language the brand gives. Okay, very vibrant and pop-up color. Okay, yellow, black, deep red. Okay, red, deep greens, neon colors, the brand's background of Caribbean and Indian aesthetics. So she gives a vibe of Caribbean elements and Indian aesthetics, which gives a fusion to the elements or to the garments. The color palette is enhanced by the brand USP of creating funky, creative, and Indo-Western motifs. Okay, Now that we know that she is known as the Queen of Prints, so she always creates something which is really funky, creative. Okay, so the combination of print and fun made an impact in the fashion industry. The brand design language takes inspiration from youth and modern culture and ethnicity that showcase modernity in terms of traditional elements. Gradients are avoided and everything is followed by solid and strong colors to show the power, to show the newness that she is wanting to bring in. Okay, quirky doodles and a rough style of art are applied onto the garments. Okay, that's her design language. Okay, what is the brand ideology? Masaba showcases a playful and experimental aura. It breaks stereotypes of body types and provides innovative and beautiful silhouettes with effortless sophistication. Okay, so you understand how a brand creates its identity. ये change नहीं होता है. If you see, the brand never changes these elements. The brand always you know, you would see the brand always take a lot of inspiration in terms of you know, how they are working. उनका जो ये underlying जो subtle minimal USPs है वो उसको कभी change नहीं करते, right? So it is fundamental that कि ये रहेगा and उसके साथ ये सारी चीजें भी रहती हैं, so that they develop a brand identity towards it. Okay, so these are some underlying factors that never change. Okay, and इसी को ध्यान में रखते हुए, so these are like vision mission because she works really good on prints. So she has established a brand with prints. So that's how the brand has grown, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is the logo showing, you know, the contemporariness of the, you know, the font. At the same time, a red dot representing the Indianness of it, right? Okay, so my students have worked with, you know, relax melanin. So that's the theme, and she has picked up elements. Okay, from the this is the theme board. Okay, relax melanin, and they have picked up the different shades of the skin, and they have worked around it. Okay, Indo-colorism, ethnic. So this is the color palette that they have used for the fashion styling. Okay, funky, comfort. So these are the skin tones, Masaba, relaxed, melanin skin tones. So they have worked on those elements. Okay, this is the frame, how they have conducted the shoots. Okay, these are the color sketches. So these are the lookbook that they have created. Okay, what combination with what and what kind of look they are going to create. So this is a different kind of combinations that they have tried to bring in. Okay, now this is the shoot, the editorial shoot. Okay, see, this is the fashion shoot that they have done. See the red dots. You see this image?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
yeah. So it is understood कि एक फैशन स्टाइलिंग और फैशन कम्युनिकेशन कितना इम्पोर्टेंट होता है, एक आइडेंटिटी क्रिएट करने में वो बहुत हेल्प करता है, करेक्ट?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
ओके ओके okay. Now I'll show you some of the ad campaigns so that you understand कि okay, brand communication campaign मतलब वो कैसे करते हैं, ठीक है? I'll show you, you know, Sabyasachi Mukherjee is one of his collection. Okay, the Udaipur collection. So, what did you understand from it? You have to tell me. Okay, what is your understanding around it? So, what did you understand from the images, from the uh, the story? What did you understand? You have to talk about it. Okay, is it clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
केसरिया बालिमा थे आओ ने पधारो माने देश रे पधारो माने
Okay. So, did you watch the video?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
What is your understanding around it?
That
Do you want
movement
to,
of the
yeah, do you
collection.
want to see that video again?
No, ma'am.
It's okay? Okay, tell me. So, what did you understand from that video?
Most of the outfits were of ivory color, and he
Mm-hmm.
took that inspiration, or maybe he want to coordinate that with the location that he was shooting at. That was of
Mm.
ivory color as well, and it was amalgamating as such. And he took those rich prints of Rajasthan, rich
Mm.
Indian heritage, the laces that were used in the garments, the
Mm.
safa, the achkans, everything
Mm.
was heritage and cultural. So he chose
Mm.
Udaipur for the shoot as well because most of the Rajas and Rajwadas lived there at that particular point of time.
Yes. To give that, to make that, to get that vibe actually, कि उसमें उदयपुर में it's very, Jaipur is known as the pink city, but Udaipur is rich in palaces, in the traditional craft, in the traditional, elements. So you can see the motifs were taken from from Rajasthan, from Udaipur, right? The elements, you can see the embroideries, the laces, the patterns of the laces, where mostly you will see the curvilinear lines around it. It's because you will see the palaces have that curvilinear window shaped architecture, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, so that is the thing. So you can see how architecture, region, geography also influences a collection design. So that's how you build an image. Okay, so now that you know that Sabyasachi is known as the face of India when it comes to traditional textiles, or traditional bridal collection. So he's a celebrated designer across the globe, right? So it's really wonderful to see how a designer, have brought in so much of imagery into the craft work, into the space that they have worked with. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. And the recent look of Alia Bhatt as well was,
Yes, in the Met Gala, right?
yes, ma'am. It was
Yeah.
so radiant, so good.
And you would be surprised to know that it's the floral concept for menswear. You would see achkans and kurtas and pajamas and everything with the organza tied, safa also. So वो
Yes,
कल printed form में, और सब्यसाची का जो menswear, because earlier we used to believe कि florals तो लड़के नहीं पहनते, but he broke that stereotype and he brought it in such a beautiful way that now you would see people are appreciating the way it has been dressed up,
yes, ma'am.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so he was the one who brought in those aesthetics into his collection, and then it was appreciated worldwide, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to show you another video. Okay, for Iris Van Herpen. She's a celebrated artist designer who works on the scientific aspects of design of nature, and she launches a collection based on that. So this is one collection known as Hypnosis, and she's a very renowned artist designer. Okay, so please watch her collection and understand that how she has built the brand imagery around her, and how she has taken inspiration from the nature, and has put in into the collection. Okay. Okay, guys, now tell me what is your understanding about this video that you watched now?
Ma'am, as the name suggests, it was hypnosis of fashion, literally.
Yes.
The models
Yes.
were coming out of this particular created structure or prop,
Yep.
right?
The prop. Yeah.
Like they are coming out of a portal or something.
Mister,
So,
your voice is
and
not.
every dress has. Ma'am, is it audible now?
Yeah. It's audible now. Yeah. Tell. Hmm.
So, it was like they were coming out of a portal or a realm of fashion or something. So,
Yes.
and every dress has its own kind of hypnotic area that it would attract you towards it, and the lines are emerging and converging into the outfit as well, and the models were also walking as if someone has compelled them to walk. They're not standing
Yeah.
and posing at a point, they're just moving around the ramp.
Yeah.
So I think that was the whole idea.
Yeah. You would notice that. So when we talk about the design line or language, so you would see there is a lot of symmetry, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So you would see there's lot of immaculate symmetry, okay, in the garments, in the lines, in the props that was made, okay. You would see the wings which were moving with the last just showstopper dress. You could see that that was also very symmetrical. So hypnosis means you're hallucinating, you're into a zone, okay. Like you are into a zone, and then you're hypnotic. So the motion around your brain, the sensory motion, the patterns, everything has been well thought out and researched, and then the collection was developed. So it also talks about the symmetry. It also talks about how your brain pattern moves. Okay, it also, you see the accessories which was there around the eyes, they were also equally symmetrical, right? The models that didn't had a lot of makeup, it's because the if they were supposed to, if they were to had a lot of makeup, so the it will take out it will take away the focus of the collection, because people will be inclined towards the makeup, because कोई makeup की वजह से भी तो बहुत और अच्छा लगता है, right? So it amplifies the entire look. But when it comes to designing a collection wherein your focus has to be on the garments, so a minimal makeup is required, because we want to drag the attention, we want to hold the attention in the garments itself, right? So which is why the collection was made in that kind of a way. If you see all of her collections, she's a scientist, she's an architect, she's a designer, like she has amalgamated everything into her, a design language. So that's how Iris Van Herpen is a celebrated designer, across the world, across the globe. She is one of my personal favorite, and she has worked immaculately in terms of symmetry, in terms of understanding science and portraying it through different collections. So that's about Iris van Herpen and her design collection, and how, as an artist or a designer, she has established her brand imagery. So it's interesting to see that. If you go to her website, also you would see a lot of symmetricity in her collection, in her website. So that's how a brand is developed. That's how communication, comes into force. You would see that how visual communication has been played around. Hypnosis matlab kya hai ki it is around ki you are dwindling into a sphere, and you are in that zone, and but still you could feel that visual effect through your eyes. You can understand how it is, when how do you get hypnotized? Through an oscillatory motion or a ball of pendulum which is hanging around, and you constantly it's very periodic, right? So likewise, you could see the symmetry, the how the the wings or the patterns were moving, were unfolding and emerging. So you could see that how the the dress moved. It felt like some wavy thing is moving along with that. So that's the power of visual communication. Okay. Now coming to um one of the one of the collection, okay, where for the Prada, okay, we'll see Emporio Armani's, okay, collection, okay, so that you understand. Yes, Tanu, you want to ask something? Yes, Tanu, tell me. Yes, Tanu, you're not audible at all. Okay, let's see. This is Spring Summer 2024 campaign for Emporio Armani, and this is how they have laid out the visual campaign or the video. Okay.
କିନ୍ତୁ ଏଣିକି ତୁ ଭୁବନେଶ୍ୱର ଆସିଲେ
So you could see clearly that it was a fashion campaign done by it done by Scarlett Johansson, and how she has played with the lingerie of Emporio Armani. So, and how freestyle that was. So it's mostly around that. Okay. Okay. So now I'll show you one more thing. Okay. Now I'll show you how logos, like हमने visual communication के बारे में पढ़ा, brand identity के बारे में पढ़ा, marketing and advertisements के बारे में देखा जाना. Okay, now I'll show you how brand logos also play a significant role in shaping the designs and shaping the brand. Okay, so okay, is it visible now?
The Adidas Three Stripes logo is without a doubt one of the most recognizable in the world. Today, the stripes hold a special place in the pop culture zeitgeist thanks to big-name collaborations with Kanye West and Pharrell Williams, plus the continuing success of the Adidas Originals collection. At first, however, the three stripes' purpose was solely functional. They were used as stabilizing strips on some of the first track spikes created by brothers Adolf and Rudolf Dassler. The Dasslers even experimented with different stripes, prototyping with 2 and 4 stripe shoes. When Jesse Owens won 4 gold medals at the 1936 Berlin Olympics, at least one pair of Owens Dassler-made cleats featured 2 stripes, not 3. Adolf Dassler, nicknamed Addy, went on to found Adidas, while brother Rudolf established Ruda, which he later renamed Puma. But back to the three stripes, and other Adidas trademarks that followed over the years. Unexpectedly, the story of Adidas's final adoption of the three stripes starts in Finland. The logo is actually a trademark of Finnish sportswear label Karhu, known recently for its iconic Fusion 2.0 sneaker. Addy Dassler bought the trademark from Karhu for today's equivalent of around $1,800 and, according to sneaker folklore, 2 bottles of whiskey. Dassler was so ecstatic with the new branding that he often referred to his business as the Three Stripe Company. By 1971, competition from rival brands such as Nike and Puma was fierce, so Adidas upped the ante in terms of branding, creating the trefoil logo. The trefoil was utilized as an emblem for the brand's lifestyle and casual wear. It consisted of 3 leaf shapes branching outwards to resemble a plant, with the now iconic 3 stripes running through the lower part of the logo. The trefoil had a big part to play in Adidas's mainstream success. Hip-hop trio Run DMC famously rocked the Adidas Superstar, which featured the trefoil on the heel, and even released a single called My Adidas in 1986. The group is often credited with immortalizing the logo and boosting awareness of the Adidas brand in the US. Fast forward to 1991, and Adidas was preparing to launch a brand new high-performance line of products. This line would eventually be named the Adidas Equipment Range, or EQT. With this new range came a new logo. Take the original 3 stripes, stagger them vertically, tilt them roughly 30 degrees, and you have the 3 bars. This logo is often likened to a mountain, and the similarity is intentional. In the company's own words, the logo represents the challenge to be faced and the goals to be achieved. The 3 bars enjoyed widespread commercial success, and the logo is still the standard across most apparel today. Another rendition of the Adidas logo still commonplace is the word mark. First appearing in 2005, the word mark is the most minimal Adidas logo to date. The 3 stripes are placed horizontally alongside the word Adidas, which is written in the brand's classic sans serif typeface. Another iteration of the 3 stripes branding is the Adidas Style logo. The logo depicts a circle intersected by 3 claw-like stripes. The sports style division of Adidas is responsible for some of the brand's lifestyle collaborations, most notably Adidas Neo and collaborations with Yohji Yamamoto. Today, the 3 stripes remain one of the most iconic and globally recognizable brand logos in the world, with Adidas applying the 3 stripes motif across the majority of its products. If you like this video on the history of the Adidas logo, hit subscribe, leave a comment, and share. At its core, on a subliminal level, the Nike swoosh silhouette is a visual representation of motion and speed. Also referred to as the Nike tick, Nike check, and other nicknames, swoosh itself is an onomatopoeia evoking imagery of a sprinter flying off the block. Today, Nike is the world's leading manufacturer of sports equipment, footwear, and apparel, sponsoring many of the world's top athletes like LeBron James and Cristiano Ronaldo, and the brand's unmistakable swoosh logo is surely a pillar of Nike's past and future success. In this video, we dig into the origin story of the iconic Nike swoosh. Nike's roots are at the University of Oregon, where track coach Bill Bowerman enlisted the help of student Phil Knight with the aim of creating and developing a new track spike. In January 1964, the duo founded Blue Ribbon Sports, which primarily distributed Onitsuka Tiger footwear from Japan into the United States. It wasn't until 1971 that the brand was formed as we know it today. The name Nike was adopted at this time as a reference to the Greek goddess of victory. Not able to sustain himself purely on the income he was making from his business, Phil Knight was teaching an accounting class on the side at Portland State University, where he met Carolyn Davidson. Knight first offered to pay her to mock up charts and graphs to show during presentations and meetings, which subsequently turned into more work for Davidson, who was eventually commissioned by Knight to create a design that suggested movement. Davidson created at least a half dozen concepts. She worked by sketching potential logos out by hand on tissue paper and laying them over a drawing of a shoe, racking up about 17.5 hours on creating the swoosh. At the time, Knight was under pressure from several deadlines as shoeboxes in Mexico were waiting to be printed with the logo, which he did not yet have. Knight grabbed her rendering of the swoosh, telling Davidson, "I don't love it. Maybe it'll grow on me." Davidson invoiced Knight a $35 fee for the swoosh design, a rate of roughly $2 per hour, and then continued to design for the company, creating ads, brochures, posters, and catalogs. The company's growth was exponential, and they quickly reached a point when Davidson alone could no longer handle Nike's advertising needs. Long after the swoosh became Nike's official logo in September 1983, Knight gave Davidson a golden swoosh ring with an embedded diamond and some Nike stock. According to the US Patent Office, the first use of the Nike name and the swoosh design trademark in commerce took place on June 18, 1971. The first full line of Nike footwear was released in 1972. Over time, the swoosh logo was remixed slightly with different graphic treatments and fonts, but has largely stayed the same over nearly 50 years. The popular phrase, "just do it," wasn't coined until later in 1988. Since those early days, the Nike swoosh has gone on to become one of the most globally recognized and trusted marks in any industry. If you like this video on the history of the Nike swoosh, hit subscribe, leave a comment, and share with a friend. For more on
Okay. So did you understand how the brand logo plays a very, very important role in building the brand?
Yes, ma'am.
What did you understand from the Adidas logo making and from the Nike logo making?
Nike was Nike stuck with one logo of it, though it changed the graphic over a period of time. But Adidas literally changed its logo for the different quality or category of products it is selling, right?
But the
They're changing
but the underline statement that for the three stripes continues to be there. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and for the Nike, like "just do it" was a brand slogan that got eventually renowned and popular over a period of time. Because initially, when Phil Knight designed the logo and everything with the team and everything, so it was not that something कि जो कि overnight बना है. So it took time, because that was a performance-oriented brand. So it took time to gain the popularity, to be known, and over a period of time it gains, the brand establishes themselves. It's not just it'll happen in a jiffy. Okay, it takes a lot of time, patience, perseverance, sincerity, discipline to make the brand or to establish the brand as they wish to have the brand to be in, like, next 20 years down the line or 30 years down the line it would have been. So that's the power of the logo, that's the power of visual communication, that's the power of brand identity. Okay, everything comes through it. It's not only about designing something, it's also about the communication. How are we communicating? Like I told you, right? It's not only about the verbal communication. We communicate more on non-verbal way of communication through through images, visuals, okay, videos. So these are the non-verbal way of communication, and we communicate more through that, right? So gestures, postures, so all of that gives enough power to a brand to establish themselves in people's mind. So that's the power of communication. Okay. Is it clear to everyone, whatever was taught in the class today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Anything you would like to know more about brand building or, fashion communication? Anything more you wish to know?
Not really, ma'am. Can I connect with you on your phone if I have some doubt?
Yeah, you can. You can you take my number and you can connect. Okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.